Hi everybody, it's me, Julie Gould, and I'm back finally after quite a long absence. I've just been very tired and kind of lacking the energy to get on here and make a video, but in the last couple of days I've received some really nice emails from some subscribers that, you know, just kind of thanking me for the videos that I make and saying how much they like them and what I do, and it just made me feel really good. So I wanted to get on here and make a video, and I wanted to do my October favorites anyway. So my first favorite of October has to be you guys, my subscribers. Everybody's just so amazing. It's so great that I can actually connect with people, you know, like make that connection with people, and they kind of like what I'm doing, and just, you know, speaks to the fact that I'm doing the right thing here. So, and that's what I love about being on this beauty community. So yeah. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to do my October favorites. That was the first one. I got my basket of goodies here. And I haven't been on here in 2 weeks, so I think that means I'm allowed to make a long video. So I cannot say how long this video is going to be. Well, I will be able to say when it's over, but it'll probably be quite a long one just because you know me, I'm very chatty. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is my 2 new skincare items that I discovered in October, and I just love. Anyway, anybody who has been following my videos knows that I'm a dried up old prune. My biggest skincare complaint is dry skin. So I'm always reading, like when I'm doing my research, it always says look for products with hyaluronic acid, and I could never find products that actually said that they had hyaluronic acid on it that I could afford. So I was kind of under the impression that I was never going to find anything that worked. Then I came across something that I have seen in the drugstore. I've seen, you know, in the big box stores. I've seen in the aisle where they have, you know, like special skincare needs, like the you know, acne and stuff like that. But right beside it is something called Cerave, or Cerave, or Cerave, or however you want to pronounce it. I'm going to call it Cerave. For whatever reason, the last time I was in the drugstore, I happened to glance at it because it's something that's been popping up on Makeup Alley and everything, and something about it, you know, there was like a word connection there. It made me look at it, and right on the front it says, with ceramides and hyaluronic acid. So I thought, yahoo! Because at the time I was really looking for a new, like, creamy cleanser, because the cleansers that I was using in the summer are now too drying and my skin feels really tight when I use them, so I was looking for something creamy that I could wash my face with. I found this and I gave it a try, and I have to say right from the get-go, this has been amazing. So what it has is, it says that it moisturizes, restores, and maintains a protective skin barrier. When I wash my face with it, it comes out feeling really nice and soft afterwards, and you can definitely feel like there's a layer over your skin of moisture. So it's not like sticky or heavy or anything like that, but you do feel, you know, that protective barrier. But it doesn't feel heavy or anything like that, and it definitely doesn't clog any pores. The only thing I will say is it doesn't do the greatest job at taking off mascara and eyeliner, but I always follow with my own separate eye makeup remover anyway, so that's okay. So I loved that right from the get-go, and it has really truly helped just keep my skin moisturized as we get into winters. And it was so good that I also picked up the moisturizing lotion, and it again has ceramides and hyaluronic acid, and it's got all the same things in there that the cleanser does. And it doesn't contain any SPF, but I still use it in the daytime because it's not too heavy. But even though it's not heavy, I find it acts the same way as a really rich moisturizing cream would, but it doesn't clog up your skin. It's not sticky. It absorbs into the skin really well, and it does leave my face feeling very moisturized for hours. It's really fantastic. So these two together have been a breakthrough for me for my skincare, and I love the fact that they're available in the drugstore. There you have it. Okay, so along with those, with that cleanser and that moisturizing cream, another favorite, I really became a favorite in the month of October, is using, instead of using like my Skin Sonic little face thing, using these cosmetic pads to wash my face with. These are the basically teardrop sponges for deep, gentle exfoliation. I got these at Ulta. And then here in Canada, I think at Walmart, I got these little SPAresource things. I've seen them in every drugstore. I'll show you these ones because the package is open. So it looks like this, and it's a kind of a fibrous sponge, and you wet it when you've got your cleanser on, and you just in very circular motions go around your whole face with it. And what I love about it is the fact that because I'm the one that's manipulating it, I can go heavier where I need to go and lighter where I need to go. And I feel like it does a better job of exfoliating my face than my Skin Sonic does, just because the Skin Sonic vibrates and you have to rub it like this. But I don't know what it is. I just find this is easier. I don't have to worry about, 2 minutes and, washing the machine and everything like that. I just do this on my face. I can go heavier on my forehead and my nose where my skin's not so sensitive, and then I can go really gentle on my cheeks and even skip my cheeks if I need to. But honestly, I have noticed a really big difference in how clear my skin looks with this, and much better than my Skin Sonic, and so much cheaper than having to go and buy $150 machine, or I think that's, oh no, the Skin Sonic's only $50, but I don't know, it just has worked much better for me, so I love that. Staying on the skincare, I've used this in the past, but I just kind of rediscovered it again in October and really liked it. It's the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Original Anti-Wrinkle Cream. This is the Equate version of it from Walmart. And it's just a multivitamin facial with pro-retinol. And it's supposed to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, softens and smooth skin. I just noticed that it kind of plumps up my skin a little bit, and it's actually faded the look of some of my dark spots around my eyes a little bit. So I was just really enjoying that. And it has an SPF of 15 in it, so you can wear it during the day. So I tend to, every 3 or 4 days I'll use this instead of using my regular moisturizer in the daytime, and it works really, really well. What else? Well, let me tell you. I'm going to talk about it again. The Dial Nutri-Skin Replenishing Lotion Extra Dry Skin with Shea Butter. The best dry skin moisturizer I've ever used on my body, and it's still going strong. I love it. Okay, now we get into the makeup. As I said, because I was, going through some stuff in October and everything, it was a very low-key month for me makeup-wise. I still do have a few things to show you, but not a ton of stuff. I'm going to start with a tool that I just loved this month. It's the Flat Top Synthetic Kabuki F80 from Sigma. And I literally use this every day to apply my foundation. I just think it does a really great job of, you can, stipple on. It does a really great job of stippling on your foundation, but your foundation doesn't look stippled like it would if you use the stippling brush, if that makes any sense. It's because it's so dense. It just does a really great job of spreading the makeup that way if you're worried about micro exfoliation. But I'm finding that it's soft enough that I can actually use it to buff in my skin, or just go down like this, or go in circular motions. It's just super soft, super dense. It's been amazing. And I've used it literally almost, hair's doing something weird, literally almost every day this month. So it was fantastic. Probably my favorite Sigma brush that I got out of that kit. That's another follow-up video that I have to do. Okay, speaking of foundations, as I said, because my skin gets so dry, I literally get to the point where I feel like I can't wear any foundation, because every single foundation I put on clings to dry patches, flakes off, looks cakey. By lunchtime, I look like the Crypt Keeper, as I said, like Crypt Keeper, where your skin's all dusty and it looks like your skin's fallen off your skeleton. I hate that look, and I feel like I get that cakey, dusty, powdery, mummified look with every foundation that I used after a certain point, like after about October 1st. So a product that I got in the summertime, that I used in the summer and then just kind of stopped using it because I was worried that I was going through it too quickly, is the Lioele Water Drop BB Cream. So I'm not going to go into what BB creams are or anything like that. Wendy Bentley Blonde has an amazing video about BB creams, and there's lots of other, by now there's lots of other like BB cream overviews and things like that. Go check those out. But I mean, long story short, this is kind of like a tinted moisturizer as opposed, like this one, especially the water drop BB cream. It's kind of like a tinted moisturizer, but way better. The water drop refers to the fact that there is actual water droplets that come to the surface as you massage this into your skin. So I find that even though I don't get, it's not like a ton of coverage, it's not like a heavier full coverage foundation, it's more like slightly better coverage than you would get with the tinted moisturizer, but not like a medium to full coverage foundation, okay? But what I do find with this is even though it doesn't cover as many flaws as I probably should be covering, like it doesn't really cover, you know, like my brown spots or anything like that, I find that it does such a nice job of evening out my skin tone and just kind of giving a really nice overall look, like soft finish to my skin, that it doesn't matter to me that it doesn't cover every little flaw or blemish. I would rather just have my skin look even and have my foundation fade evenly throughout the day as opposed to putting on a heavy coverage foundation that covers all my flaws, but by lunchtime it's all falling off my face, if that makes any sense. I find that it just gives me such a nice finish and it lasts so well throughout the day that I use this pretty much every day. It's got a great color match to my skin. It's just really, really good. So you have to order this online. It's about $22. So if that's not really, you know, in your budget or, you know, on your radar to go and order something online, a trick that you can use to simulate the effect that you would get with the BB cream is to use the Revlon Age Defying Cream Makeup. And this is actually very similar in texture to a slightly heavier BB cream. The water drop BB creams tend to be lighter, and then the regular BB creams can actually be very like medium or full coverage. So the Revlon Age Defying makeup actually does feel like a BB cream. It kind of gives that same feel and finish to the skin. But what I do with this is, because I find the foundation is a little bit, you know, drying or whatever for the fall, I just mix it in equal parts to a moisturizer, and it doesn't matter what moisturizer, whichever one you normally use. I'm using the Neutrogena Continuous Hydration from the Ageless Essentials line because it's a little bit thinner. It's not so heavy and cloying. And you put that on and it just evens out your skin tone and just goes on really nicely and just gives a really nice polished look to the skin without looking heavy and cakey. It doesn't settle into fine lines, doesn't go powdery, doesn't flake, just fades evenly throughout the day, and that's all I can ask for. So I lived in the, like, pretty much the only foundation I put on my face was the Water Drop BB Cream from Lioele. But the last few days I've actually been wearing the Revlon Age Defying. It's got a little bit of shimmer in there, which gives a little bit of a glow to the skin without looking too luminous. I find foundations that are really luminous and dewy tend to really make my skin look worse than like something that has a nice soft finish to it. And cutting it with the moisturizer just, you know, adds that extra layer of moisture to your skin and helps with winter skin. So there you go. But as far as blushes go, I've lived in these two blushes this month. This is I've shown this before as well. This is the Luminouso Baked Blush from Milani. And it's just a really nice kind of orangey, like peachy color without being too orangey. Like it's got more of a peachy tone to it. That shows you. And it's really great for the fall because it warms up the skin a lot, and kind of, if you have red cheeks like I do, like right now I don't have any blush on, so I've got quite a bit of pink and red in my cheeks, so this kind of...
do we have any Sour Patch Kids left?
I don't know, honey. You'd have to look in the... oh, you mean us? I don't know. I'll look in a minute, okay?
Okay.
It just kind of counterbalances that and gives a nice neutral look, warm look to the cheeks. And when I haven't worn that, if I'm wearing something a little bit cooler, I've been wearing this blush from Annabelle, and Annabelle is a line of cosmetics that you can get, I think, exclusively in Canada at the drugstore. And of course, they don't have names, so this is number 44. And it's just like a nice kind of, a little bit of a rosy pink blush. And why I like it is it's deeper than like the really light kind of baby pink blushes that we wear in the summertime. Can see there. So it just gives a really nice kind of deep pink look to the cheeks, which I think is good for fall. I think it's too dark for the summer, but perfect for the fall. Okay, so eye makeup this month was incredibly boring for me. I really could only, what happened was halfway through the month I threw up my back. And I still can't figure out how I did it. But anyway, I threw out my back and I basically couldn't move for about 4 days. And then when I finally got up, it was like I couldn't sit for extended periods of time. So if I could get one color on my lids, I was ready to go. So the two palettes that I actually wore pretty much all of the month were from Wet n Wild. And they were Silent Treatment and We're Blasting Off. Now, I know you're looking at that going, but Julia, they're the same eyeshadow palettes. This one's Silent Treatment and this one is We're Blasting Off. And they look, I admit, they look identical on the camera. But I don't know if you can tell, but the We're Blasting Off is slightly pinker than the Silent Treatment. So that's the main difference between these two palettes, is there's like a glimmer of pink running through the We're Blasting Off. That's not in the Silent Treatment. The Silent Treatment is more of a brown, just a second please, Kieran, more of a, you know, like a brown tone to it, like a sepia tone. What I love about them is they've got such a rich looking sheen. They really remind me of the Urban Decay shadows with that really kind of metallic sheen to them that I just love. So I lived in those two shadows.
Oh, hello everybody.
There you go. Show everybody how you lost your two front teeth. Yeah, lost your two front teeth. Okay. Then to hold all those on my eyelid, I have to give a shout out to the e.l.f. eyelid primer. This is just their basic essentials eyelid primer from their dollar line. And for $1, I think this is absolutely fantastic. It's got like a dry texture, so it goes on. Kind of feels powdery on the lids, and it just locks my eyeshadow on all day. I think it's great. Can't beat it for $1. Boop, boop, boop. This is a Physicians Formula eyeliner in taupe that came with a set of 3 eyeliners and a shimmer strips for hazel eyes in like this little kit. And I don't like it as an eyeliner, but it's perfect for a eyebrow pencil for me because it's kind of an ashy brown. So I really like that this month. Every time I needed to fill in my eyebrows when I felt like it, I used that eyeliner. And I loved, absolutely loved the CoverGirl Lash Perfection Mascara this month. I compare it to the Maybelline 1x1 simply because, I mean, they do it themselves. They talk about wrapping each lash and defining each lash, the same thing as the Maybelline. It's got a rubber brush and the bristles are going in all different directions so that it grabs each lash and separates them and defines them. And it's fantastic. It adds a lot of volume, a lot of depth, color, and definition and separation, and holds a curl really well. And I've actually liked it better than the Maybelline 1x1 this month because it doesn't have the noxious odor that the 1x1 has. And I just find the brush is easier to manipulate. So I loved that. I used it. I just found myself reaching for it again and again. So I really love that. And then I'm going to end with nail polishes. Oh, wait, no, I've got a couple of lip products here. Really loved Cream Cup from MAC this month, just because I find it's a little bit too intense to wear in the summertime. It's a little bit too rosy, but it's kind of a rosy mauvey pink, and it's just beautiful. I love it. So I lived in that in October, and when I, either on top of that or by itself, I really loved the NYX Mega Shine Lip Gloss in Gold Pink. Now, granted, this is the only NYX lip gloss that I have, but I just like it because it's not too babyish. It's kind of a nice rosy pink, and it's got a nice gold shimmer in there. So I think it's really lovely. Lovely. All right. Now I'm going to finish up with nail polishes. So I really loved the Rimmel Lasting Finish Pro formula this month. They're about $4, I think, per polish, and they've got you know, a fair selection of shades, but really love, A, I really love the formula, and B, these are the colors that I've loved this month. And literally I would put these on and just leave them on my nails until they came off and then switch to a new color. So this is English Rose, and it's a really beautiful deep rose color. I wore that a lot. I'm also loving, this is Rags to Riches, and it was, you know, considered a dupe for Chanel's Peridot, and I just really, really liked it. Comes across, when you're looking at it, you can really see the gold in there and the green, but when you wear it, it just, I don't know what it is, but it's just a very neutrally looking color to me, and just, I find looks really nice, so I loved that. And the one that I'm wearing today is Steel Gray, and it's one of those greigey colors, but I like this one because it's got a really nice mauve tone to it without being too mauvey, you know what I mean? It's more of a nice warm gray, and I love that, like a warm smoky gray, so I love that. And when I didn't wear that, I was loving this bright red, and this is Madison Avenue from NYC. Love those. And that's it, guys. Thanks, guys.
Just watch more beauty videos.
Yeah, just watch more beauty videos.